Okay, so we continue with our, what is it, chapter what? Chapter 15, I guess. No, chapter 16, doubts and alternatives. And we got finally up to that section that we refer to many times. So it's section B. And the topic is how to bypass the problem. So the problem is, as we learned last time, if somebody forgot to make a blessing, or he's not sure, or she's not sure, they made the blessing, did not make the blessing. When was it, did the time pass, did not pass, this is included, this is not included. So all of these problems, right? So, okay, how to bypass that problem. The following are some of suggestions advised by poskim to bypass this situation where making bracha is questionable. H. Commentary. Regarding the inapplicability of gorem bracha sheina tzercha, causing an unnecessary bracha to be said, in cases such as this, in chapter 14, section C5. So basically, we said we cannot just decide, okay, I'm not sure if I say bracha or not, I'm going to say it anyway. So what worse could happen? Yeah, that's using Hashem's name in vain. That's a very bad thing could happen, right? So now we're going to go through the safe solutions. Suggestion 1, ask someone to be motzehim. If someone else will be eating together with the person who has doubt, he should ask that person to be motzehim in with his bracha. Right? See chapter 11. So that's straightforward way. So I'm not sure what are all of these doubts, so I can ask somebody else to include me in his bracha. Okay. Suggestion number 2. So that's the most straightforward, the most easy. So make a bracha on something else. So this is more practical if you're alone, if there is nobody else in a room. Right? Something else. If one has an item which has definitely not covered by his original bracha, he should make bracha on that item while having intention to cover the food that he will eat subsequently. For example, someone wants to drink a second cup of coffee, but does not remember whether he made bracha on the first cup. That's okay. Okay. So meaning he has to find something in the same bracha category. So on the coffee we say shechako, something that is shechako, but not water. Right, something else. He can take some food, for example, a piece of candy or fish, and make shechakol on it while having in mind to cover the coffee. Okay. The presumption is that when one makes a bracha on a beverage, he does not plan to cover some foods that may subsequently eat. So let me just read it one more time. The presumption is that when one makes bracha on beverage, he does not plan to cover solid foods that he may subsequently eat. Therefore, if bracha had been made, it would not cover the solids, as explained in chapter 7. So let's see the commentary I'm going to explain. Thus, if he indeed has to make bracha, he is yotze. If he does not need the new bracha, it is levatala, so in vain, since it is needed for candy or fish. Okay, so let's read this one more time and understand this thing. So they so suggestion number 2 was to make blessing on something else. This is in the same bracha category. So if he wants to drink second cup of coffee and not sure if he made the blessing on the first one, so he would need to find something that blessing is shechako, which is, as they say, candy, fish, whatever is it, a piece of chocolate, apple juice, all these liquids, right? And say the blessing on that thing, and keep in mind that it should also cover your second cup of coffee. Okay. So, and then there is presumption when a person makes a blessing on liquids. Usually, it does not include the solid food. Okay, that's usually unless he wants to explicitly include them. And if he said, okay, I'm going to make the blessing on my coffee, and also I'm going to eat cheese, right? So I mean, he wants to start drinking coffee first, so there is no problem. So it's specific intention, but usually blessing on a beverage is not that does not cover the solids usually, but of course, as we said, there is exception. So okay, so one more time this this piece. So I said the presumption is that when one makes bracha on beverage, he does not plan to cover solid foods. Okay, that that he may subsequently eat. Okay, therefore, if bracha had been made, it would not cover the solids as explained in chapter 7. So basically, if he did on coffee, so it was not covered. He did not cover cheese, right? Let's say this cheese was in the refrigerator. Okay, so he can make a blessing on the cheese now and continue drinking coffee. Okay. So next, suggestion number 3: change location. One can end his eating session consisting of food other than bread or mizoines, right, as we said before, by changing location. For example, by leaving the house and to take care of errands. Okay. When he returns to his original location, he will have to make a new blessing if he wishes to resume eating. See chapter 9 for a full explanation of what's considered change location. Okay, so let's read commentary. I'm going to explain. According to some poskim, change location also does not help if one drank revi'is of wine or ate kizais of one of 7 species of fruit, as explained in chapter 9, right? We said that there is such opinion, meaning what? That even in these cases, a person would have to go back to original place and say the concluding blessing. So basically, according to this poskim, the changes of location is not going to fly. So in going from one room to another, it's not exactly changing location. Not everybody agree. Some say yes, some say no. Some say if it's under the same roof, you can see from one place, from that place when you're right now, you see the place or even partially when you made the blessing. So the best way is to go basically outside. You go outside, you come back. That's the thing. That's the best. So basically, you're obligated. So you terminated the original blessing if you made it. We're talking about the case of doubts. Let's say if he made it but he forgot, right? So in this case, he went outside, he came back. So now he's obligated to make a blessing even if he drank only half cup of coffee. So he has to make a shechakol again to continue drinking. Okay. So okay. Continue. It is also it is important to note that this suggestion to change location is not applicable in case of one ate kizais of bread or mizoines, right? As we said last time. No, not last. Some time ago. So in this case, he's assumed that he's going to go back, and it's proper not to leave this place or any place until he finish the after blessing. But in this case, he's obligated to go back. In case of bread and mizoines. So technically, if he went outside and he came back, there is no problem. I mean, the blessing is still enforced. So that would be a problem. So for other foods, all other foods, it's going to work, but not for bread and mizoines. Continue. Suggestion number 4: eat the item during the course of the meal. Okay. I mean, this one is much more difficult, right? So that's what I think. One can avoid making questionable bracha by waiting until he eats. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, so not right now, but he waits. Bread in which case the food will be covered by the Berachos Hamotzi. So meaning do not eat right now and wait until you eat the next meal. For example, one wants to drink juice, but is unsure if the previously made bracha is still in effect. He can defer drinking the juice until he eats the bread, in which case the juice will be covered with the bracha on the bread. So that's a straightforward halacha, but again, I mean, you just want little juice, so you don't want to start the whole bread meal because you want to finish your cup of juice, right? So is it practical? I'm not sure. I mean, that's one of the solutions. Okay. Continue. It is important to know that one may not eat bread solely for the purpose of exempting food in question. That's as you see chapter 5, section E3. So, I mean, as we said before, it is disrespect to the bread. The bread is staple food, and now you just using it to resolve the issue. That's a big problem. Okay. It is also important to be aware that certain items discussed in chapter 5 are not covered by Berachos Hamotzi. Okay. So as we said, some kind of desserts, fruits, and they're not, unless that it is his meal, right? So he's going to eat the bread with strawberry, let's say, right? So that then it's going, the strawberries are going to be his meal, and in this case they would be covered. Continue. Other suggestions. A number of other suggestions are discussed in English and Hebrew note below CM. Okay, so let's see what they say. So, but those are the most acceptable, right? The most popular. I would say the easiest one to do is just make a blessing on something else or go outside. I would use this. I mean, I would, but I use in this one. Just make the blessing something else. Okay. So let's see other suggestions. If one cannot utilize any of the alternatives discussed above, he can, according to many poskim, bypass the doubt by formulating the bracha in his mind without reciting the words. So that's, I mean, after all and said and done, it's not going to work for him for whatever reason. So many poskim say he just can say in his mind, not out loud, the blessing and continue it. But it's look only in these exceptional cases, of course. According to this opinion, although one may not make bracha without expressing the words, it is nevertheless valid after the fact. Therefore, if the bracha was required, he is yotze. And if his bracha was not required, by not reciting bracha, Hashem's name, audibly, right? It is not considered bracha v'latala. So if, like after the fact, he was supposed to say blessing, no problem, right? After the fact, it's counted. But if he was not supposed to say blessing, so he did not say out loud the Hashem's name, so there is no problem. Okay, so that's good. So good to know.